In this chapter, some application of trigonometry. We are again doing a sum, and a beautiful sum based on angle of elevation. Let's see the sum first. The sum says that from a point on the ground, the angles of elevation of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower fixed at the top of a 20-meter high building are 45 degree and 60 degree respectively. Find the height of the tower. Now when you read this sum, you understand one thing, that there's a building and there's a transmission tower. So let's have that first. You see there? Yes. So you have a building and you have a transmission tower on the top of that. Let's read the sum again. It says from the point on a ground, the angles of elevation of the bottom and the top of a transmission tower. So the focus is on the transmission tower there and on the bottom and the top of that. So let's understand that first. So we have the transmission tower, you can see there. Let's see the bottom of the transmission tower and the top of the transmission tower. So you understood this. These are the two focus points where the observer is going to observe, right? And so that is something which you have fixed it up. Fixed at the top of a 20-meter high building. So the height of that building is given as 20 meter. So this is the next information which we have here, right? And from here, the angles of elevation, that means there is an observer observing, right? And it is above the horizontal line, right? What is he observing? He is observing the bottom and the top of the transmission tower, and the angles which are made are 45 degree and 60 degree respectively. So first he is observing the bottom and then he is observing the top of the tower. But students, when you read the entire question, did you anywhere find the height of the observer? No, that means the height of the observer is neglected. So we are going to take an observer as a point on the ground, right? Beautiful. This is what was very important. Now he is observing the bottom. So there's a line of sight here, right? And the angle made with the bottom when he's seeing is that the angle of elevation is 45 degree. And since it's on the ground itself is a horizontal line and the angle made there is 45 degree. Wasn't that easy? Simple, right? Let's move ahead. Now he's observing the top of the tower. So there's a line of sight with that. And the angle made this time with the horizontal line, that is with the ground, is 60 degree. And this is what you were supposed to draw. It says further that find the height of the tower. That means you need to find the height of the transmission tower there. And that is what you're supposed to find in the entire sum. And you're just going to draw a figure like this. So we have completed drawing the figure. Now let's write few description about the figure, which is very important. Let's write it down. So first we write there, if you see AB represents the height of the building. So that is what we have presented there, which we know is 20 meter given to us. The next information what we have is, we have that BC, and that is the height of the transmission tower which we are supposed to find. And let's say we take it as X. So BC is X and we are supposed to find the value of X, right? Then we have certain angles given to us. Now observe very carefully. You need to find BC. Observe BC. Now BC you cannot directly find. You know why? Because BC doesn't belong to any right angle triangle. That's the reason you can't find it by using trigonometry. But you know, BC is a part of AC and AC belongs to a right angle triangle if you observe, right? And so we know that BC is nothing but it is AC minus AB. So job is to get that BC, you need to get two things. We need to get the value of AC and the value of AB. But you know what? Yes, we already know the value of AB. What is that? 20. So just focus is somehow we get the value of AC and the sum is done. Beautiful, right? Now, before finding that AC, we need to actually find the value of AD, because AC belongs to that bigger right angle triangle, and in that you can't find AC because there is no other side given. So let's find out AD, and you know what, we can find the length of AD by using that smaller right angle triangle which you observe, that is right angle triangle BAD. So your focus has to be on that right angle triangle, and in that right angle triangle you have an acute angle given to you. You know what? Yes, that is angle 45, that is angle D. So observe that angle D, that is angle BDA. Now for that angle, observe what is given to you. We have the opposite side AB given to us. And what we are thinking is to find AD. And you know what is AD? AD is the adjacent side. That means we are talking about opposite side, adjacent side. Opposite side and adjacent side. And the ratio which comes to your mind from this is nothing but tan. So you're going to use tan of that angle 45. So we write tan 45 is equal to AB upon AD. Now you know from the table that the value of tan 45 is nothing but 1. So substitute that. So we get 1 is equal to the value of AB. We know from the figure there it is 20. AD remains as it is. So we get AD now by cross multiplication that AD is equal to 20 meter. Wasn't that easy? Simple. You got the value of AD. The sum is not over. Observe AC. If you see AC, AC is nothing but it is AB plus BC, right? And you know the value of AB. What is value of AB? It is 20. And the value of BC, we have taken it as X. So in other words, we can say that the value of AC is nothing but it is 20 plus X meter. So let's use this. Now what? This is going to help us in the bigger right angle triangle there. Yes, now your focus has to be on the bigger right angle triangle. That is right angle triangle CAD. And do you have any angle given there? Acute angle. Yes, we have that angle D, which is 60 degree. So now observe that very carefully. In that right angle triangle, for that angle CDA, opposite side AC is something which we have as 20 plus X. And we have an information given that is about AD, which is the adjacent side. So yes, my dear students, we are talking about opposite side and adjacent side. So which ratio? Yes, it is tan ratio. So again, we are going to use tan for that angle 60. So we write tan of 60 is equal to AC upon AD. Now the value of tan 60, you know from the table? Yes, I know. You know the value of tan 60, it is root 3. Substitute that value there. So we get root 3 is equal to the value of AC. We just got that is 20 plus X. Substitute that. And the value of AD, that is 20, right? We substituted that. Wasn't that easy? Simple. That's very easy. Solve this equation, we'll get the value of X. And the sum is over. So cross multiply. So we get 20 root 3 is equal to 20 plus X. Now, going to keep the variable on one side and the numbers on the other side. So keep X on one side. So 20 moves on to the other side. So it is 20 root 3 minus 20. So in that binomial, you have 20 common. So take 20 common. So we'll get X is equal to 20 common. Into bracket, it would be root 3 minus 1. And you know the value of root 3. The value of root 3 is 1.73. So we get 20 into bracket 1.73 minus 1. And 1.73 minus 1 is nothing but 0.73. So multiply that by 20. So you get the value of X. And we get the value of X as 14.6. What is X? That's the height of the tower. That's the height of the transmission tower which we need to find. So now we can write the final answer there. Therefore, the height of the transmission tower is 14.6 meter. And you got the sum. Wasn't that easy? A very, very, very beautiful sum. And a very important sum too.